The killer whale is now in Path of Titans, releasing yesterday alongside a bunch of mods like the Tropio, which I covered in this video here. This one was showcasing the killer whale. Now, this is it. It looks great. Now, I'm not going to showcase the subspecies right now because there are a lot of them and it will take a while, so we're going to do it on the flip at the end alongside the skins. So this is the killer whale baby, and I gotta say this thing is absolutely adorable. Look at it, it's so cute. Now with this comes with a standard bite attack when you are a baby. It also comes with some other stuff as well. For example, you got acrobatic, you got momentum as well, and this is pretty interesting, so I'm going to really quickly mention these. So acrobatic is a new mechanic for this mod, and it is the ability to jump out of the water and do acrobats out of the water. So juvenile orca starts with one acrobatic jump and will unlock more once it reaches maturity. So while you do that is you sprint, swim, and then double tap when you hit the surface like this. There you go. The other thing that is quite important to note is when you go to the surface, sometimes your orca will do a little air puff like that, and that is just a mechanic, it's not an emote. Now you've got momentum as well, which is where if you hold the sprint swim from trot swimming for 20 seconds, you'll enable momentum. For the next 180 seconds, you will gain extra speed, which is indicated on the UI. Momentum is only active while sprinting and will reset if you stop. We've got a baby to test our bite attack on, and this is a Kaiwekia that's going to be bullied by many creatures today. So this is the baby damage on a baby Kai. It's not bad, but of course it's going to hurt the Kai quite a bit. So the killer whale comes with a lot of abilities, and when you equip all of the attacks, there is a lot to offer. In fact, you've got more than what you can normally pick from here. So you've got more than 8 abilities or attacks that you can use at once, which is insane. But also, let's have a look and discuss all of them. In your passives, you've got echolocation, which is when you're in lower water vision. It outlines all characters on the screen for 60 seconds. Then you go to your head, you got 3 attacks. You've got a bite that causes medium damage, a headbutt that is does a little bit of knockback and cracks the armor of victims by -8%. And then you've got liver tear, which essentially is kind of like the Deinonychus slicer. You take a chunk out of your target. When it hits 3 stacks, it gives the target condemning wound, which applies a weakening effect, reducing the target speed and turn by 20% for 20 seconds. The orca also gains food from this, so they don't heal from it like with Deinonychus slicer. You go to your sensors, you get pod family, which increases damage by 3.5% for each creature in the group. Then you get ambush, which is when your first attack outside of combat deals 25% more damage. And then you get lone survivor, which is a 10% armor increase and increase in maneuverability when not in a group. Going to your front limb now, you've got body slam left and body slam right, which is an attack that increases in power with each hit. Then you get drenched slide, which has a high cooldown but allows you to push yourself back when you're on land to get out of any tight situations, which you could get yourself in by using the legs ability that I'm going to talk about in a moment. For metabolism, you have transient, which allows you to eat meat and bones. It has some passives there, like decreasing swim stamina drain by 7% and increasing carry capacity by 10%. Then you got resident, which only allows you to eat fish, but it increases your bone break heal by 10%. Moving into the hide, you've got insulating blubber, which increases swimming speed by 10% and turning by 10%. Enduring blubber, which increases stamina by 15% but decreases speed by -5%. Slick blubber, which bucking and struggling while being carried will now drain enemy stamina 30% faster. Incoming knockback is reduced by 30% as well. Then you got thick blubber hide, which increases defense by 15%. Then you go to your legs, and there's two here. You've got a passive, which is strong frame, which allows you to take 40% less knockback and 15% increased bone break healing. Then you've got beach, which is why we need that back limb ability, where you can get yourself off the land very quickly, because you lunge onto the land, you can grab something, and then you obviously go back into the land. Obviously, if you tie it with something else like trench slide. For the back limb, you get breach, which is a breach forward when in water, deals high damage but recoils 15% of it back to you. Then you've got barrel roll, which is a quick dart forward, damaging things in your path. For your tail, you've got balanced, gains 5% turn radius, tail slam, which deals medium damage and knockback, and tail whack, which deals low damage and launches the target up into the air, which is pretty cool. For the voice, you get high frequency pulse, which is a high frequency sound that deals damage in a great radius. They've got pack hunter, which is only able to be used in a group, but it gives everyone's attacks a buff by 8% within 30 meters for 1 minute, and it can be stacked up to 4 times. Pretty cool. Let's showcase the animations and then showcase all the attacks on the Kai. With the attacks, let's show them off on the Kaiwekia. Now, this Kaiwekia is fully grown, so if you want to get a quick size comparison, if I can align the two, oh my goodness, this takes a bit more of a faff in the water, but this is kinda, we're kinda there, but this is how they look next to each other. Now, do bear in mind, the orca is a little bit more forward, so in terms of length, they're probably the same. Now, of course, let's go with the attack, starting with the bite, which does a lot of damage on the Kaiwekia. Then you've got the headbutt, which does knockback as well. Then, of course, the other head attack you have is the liver tear, which does so much damage, by the way, and it looks like you eat the food that you get straight away, like even if your hunger's full, and it has a really long cooldown. The other one, of course, is your slam. So you've got the right slam, which does a little bit of knockback as well, and then if I go over here and back up, you've got your left slam, which does a very little amount of damage too. The next one is the barrel roll. Now, I'm not sure if this does damage into the side of your opponent, but we can give it a see. Yes, it looks like... Oh, wait. The next one, of course, is the barrel roll. Now, I'm not sure how much, like, if this is one that does damage upon hitting, but we can have a look, and yes, it does. It looks like it kind of done almost like a double tap there. And then the other one is breach. Now, I don't think breach does damage upon hitting a target. It's more so... Oh, no, it does. Oh, it does, and it does recoil. Okay, so they both do damage upon hitting a target. I also think breach allows you to go out of the water as well, which we can give a quick try to right now. Yes, we do. Then you go to the tail attacks and you get tail slam, which allows you to move forward, and then it looks like do a slam, which I'm glad I timed that right, but it was a big hit anyways. And then the other one pushes your opponents up a little bit. Let's see if we can give this a try. Yeah, you can lift them actually quite high up. Can I knock this guy out the water? One more, surely. Will it launch him out? Oh, oh, oh. A little bit down. Yes, it does a little bit of damage to him. And it knocks him out the water. But that's all of those attacks right there that are water-based. Now, really quickly, let's go ahead and check out the land attacks. Now, the next ability that you get is the one that allows you to grab things off the land. That is the leg beach ability. You need to be underwater, fast diving, and you can grab whatever fits in your jaws. We have a very unfortunate Kaiwekia baby just on the beach. If you can see it, yeah, it's very, very hard to see him. So let's see if we can grab him, and let's hope we get this lined up right, because I have done this before and it didn't work. And there we go. It's in my mouth. Look at it. What a very sad little Kaiwekia there. He is unfortunate. But now I need to quickly escape because I'm currently beached and it's no fun. Right? Well, to escape, you do this. And now I'm back in the water. Very cool. And that's all the attacks for this. Now I really want to quickly test something. So I'm just going to... Can I drop this guy? I'd like to drop him. Okay, I insta-killed him. I guess I can't test what I wanted to test. I wanted to see if I could fling him out the water. But now let's go check out another ability. Now, I'm in a very murky area of water. I'm in a river, but it doesn't actually look that murky because I'm an aquatic. However, I do want to showcase the echolocation passive ability, which you can equip. Now, this is a very funky ability because it outlines all the creatures near you, but we don't have someone to test it on, so I'm going to bring over the test subject. So, I have now brought over my test subject, and we're going to see how the echolocation works. If you've already spotted them, then you're really big brain, but I've got him in a nice spot. So, let's do it again. And we should be able to see in a moment the outlines of everything. Now, it does actually make it a little bit harder to see the outline of the Kaiwekia. But he is over here. You can see the outline right there. So, if I'm honest, if there's still a creature or a baby hiding in foliage, it's going to be harder to see it, you know, because it is just so little. But it won't stop me from killing it. Ha ha ha. Now, I did say I'd go over and have a look at all of the species a bit later in the video, and here is that part. So, there are a lot here. You've got Resident M, which is this one, which is plus 2% turn and 2% health. You've got Resident F, which is 1.5% speed, 4.5% turn radius. You've got Biggs M, which is 3% health, 8% knockback, and obviously, you've got sexual dimorphism right here between M, F, Biggs M, Biggs F, which is 3% turn, 10% acceleration. Offshore M, which is 3% attack, 2% turn radius, as you can see. Then you've got Offshore F, 2% stamina, 2% turn radius. Tropical M, which is a lot longer than the other ones. Kinda like it gives that vibe, I don't know. And then you got 2% speed, 10% oxygen. Tropical F is 10% acceleration, 12% oxygen. North Atlantic Type 1 M, which is 2% health, 5% bone break heal. Then you've got Type F, which is 2% health, increase on air control when breaching as well. North Atlantic Type 2M, so the difference between Type 2 and Type 1, I think is the fin. 2% knockback, 2% attack, 10% knockback. Type 2F is 2% attack, 10% acceleration. Obviously, the dorsal fin gets a lot smaller there. Type AM, which is 3% turn radius, 5% health recovery. Type AF, which is 4% health recovery, 2% speed. Now, these are all based off real killer whales, pretty much, and I think that's really cool. Then you go into Type B large M, which is 1.5% attack, 2.5% health. Huge killer whale. Type F, 5% stamina recovery, 1.5% health. Type B small M, which is 1.5% speed, 5% stamina. Small F, which is 3% speed, 2% turn radius. You get so many. You get Type C M, and I'm going to stop going over all the different attributes here. You can see them just below me. So you got Type C M here, Type C F there. The biggest difference, of course, is the underside of the body and then the dorsal fin as well. Then you get Type D M. Once again, a really big killer whale. They do get longer as well, and then you got Type DF right there, which is shorter. Then you got some real ones that are quite popularly known. You've got 87 Kaj, which is this one. You've got Kiko, which a lot of people will know. This one is a very famous one, especially with the prolapsed dorsal fin. Very famous one, and this one has massive changes. Minus 60% oxygen, 5% health recovery, 5% stamina recovery. You've got Tillicum, which is also really famous, 4% attack. I find that interesting that, you know, this one is the one that gets attacked. I mean, we know why, but yeah. Then you got Katina, 3% health recovery, 3% stamina. Then you got Chainsaw. This one looks awesome. Look at that dorsal fin. Then you got CA165 Lonesome George, which is pretty cool. It's a big boy as well. Then you get Port, and you will know what's next. Starboard. And these ones don't have any changes to their attributes. You've got Old Tom, which is very nice. Ulysses, which is massively increases air control when breaching, which is pretty neat. You got Ishmael, right there, another prolapsed dorsal fin. TCKW as well. Then you got CO539 Iceberg, which I believe this is one of the biggest orcas known in existence. So yeah, this one is huge. Look at that dorsal fin as well. It's massive. Then you go back to the start there, and that's all your species. The customization on this one does not stop there, because you get a lot more. You get 25 skins. That's a lot of skins. Antarctic Resident is this one. Then you go to Offshore DC, which is a gorgeous skin. Ice Galachi, which is another pretty skin. Then you got Legacy, followed by Norway. Suluk. I guess most of these here are based off real orcas, right? Surely. And then you got Frosty. This one, I bet, is not based off a real orca. If it is, then that's actually really cool, because I like the skin. Albino. Melanistic. And then this is where I think we go to the very unique skins. You've got Piebald. Then you've got Abomination, which it has lipstick, by the way. You've got Blade. You've got Panthera. Hector. Geometric, which is pretty cool. I like that. I think that's really cool. Opal. Very bright colors there. Untamed as well. Then you've got Roots. Fighter, which honestly, I really like this skin. This might be one of my favorite skins. Galaxy. Looks like a unicorn had a poop. Then you got Belt. Traditional. Goose. Caper. And the last one, Clown Knife. And that's all the skins. A lot of skins. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Now, of course, that is the killer whale, but there is one thing I do want to showcase again really quickly, is the acrobatics. Because if you sprint swim and you go to the surface and you double tap space, you can do some acrobatics. Now, this is actually a really cool thing. It's really new to this, and I think this is the only mod that has this at the moment. And as you can see, it's got different little acrobatics that you can do. Let's see if we get another one really quickly. There you go, you get a spin as well. So there's many different ones you can do. And I think this is really awesome. I think this is a great mod. I think it's really unique to have this in the game, and we've waited so long. The next aquatic divine beast mod, I think, that was also announced at the same time as this, is the blue whale. And I don't think that's going to be coming for a long time. So enjoy the killer whale. Let me know what your thoughts about this one in the comments down below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.